Hi, in this video, I'll be going over how to use StatCrunch to do calculations with a normal distribution. So just to get us going with a homework type question, this question says the average salary of nurses is $67,694 nationally, and the standard deviation is approximately $10,333. By the way, these numbers aren't exact. There's no source of data for these numbers. It's just an example. It says to assume that the salary is normally distributed. All right, so that means we can use the normal distribution to do calculations, and we are going to need to write down or remember these numbers, that the average is $67,694 and the standard deviation is $10,333. We will need this when we're doing our calculations. Okay, so our variable here is going to be the salary of nurses. So let's find it. It's a starting salary. Sorry, not just the salary, it's a starting salary. All right. First question is, find the probability that a randomly selected nurse has a salary of $423.8 or more. Quick note here that if a question says find the probability something is greater than this number or greater than or equal to this number, when you're dealing with the normal distribution, that is the same thing. Greater than and greater than or equal to are going to give you the same result, so don't worry about that too much. So we want to find the probability that x is greater than 40,423.8. All right, let's go to StatCrunch, then go to Stat, then Calculators, and this is where you can do calculations from the uniform distribution or the normal distribution or any other distribution you learn about in future courses. So we're going to do the normal distribution. There's two options at the top. The first one is standard. Whatever is grayed out is what is actually being selected. So right now standard is being selected. And we will use this when we want to find the probability x is greater than a number or the probability x is less than a number. If you want to find the probability that x is between two numbers, you select the between option. And you can see here that our graph changed, that it's between two numbers that it's being shown. All right, by default, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. This is the standard normal distribution. But we want to change this for our question here. So $67,694 and the standard deviation is $10,333. For this question, we want to find the probability that a starting salary is greater than $40,423.8. So I'm going to change my symbol to the greater than or equal to symbol and type in the number 40,423.8. Then when you click compute, the answer will appear in this box on the right. So I'm going to click on compute, and there is our answer. It says in the directions to round to 4 decimal places, so that's what we're going to do. If it doesn't specify, that's usually the default. So our answer is going to be 0.9958. Because the next number is a 4, the 8 stays an 8. We do not round it up. All right, next question, we want to find the probability of a starting salary being $96,398.4 or less. So we want to do the less than symbol. Type in 96390.4. And so we want to find the probability x is less than this number. Click compute, and this is our answer. We're going to round to 4 decimal places, but because the next number is a 5, that rounds the 2 up to a 3, so I'll have to fix that. All right, next question. Find the probability that a random selected nurse has a salary between the two numbers we just found. So I'm going to select the between option, change the lower bound to the lower number, so it's 40,423.8. And then the next number is 96390.4. Click compute, and you see here that the area in the middle is shaded. It's a very big area, but it goes from 40,000 something to 96,000 something. And the red area is about, well, it's really large. It's 99.31%, so 0.9931. All right. Next, we want to find the probability that a randomly selected nurse has a salary that's at most $41,000. So at most means less than or equal to. It could be up to that amount, but not above. So we're going to go back to the standard option. We want to find the probability x is less than or equal to that number. And we get $61,861.5. Click compute. So round to 4 decimal places. This is our answer. Okay, next question. Is the starting salary of the amount we just found unusually low? So if something's unusually low, that means that the probability that it's less than or equal to that number would be less than 5%. Basically, in statistics, typically if you're not given a cutoff value, we would say something's unusual if the probability of this happening is 5% or less. So we just found the probability of this happening being 0.0062. That's that's much less than 5%. Remember, 5% is 0.05. So 0.0062 is very, very small. That's 62 out of 10,000 chance of something happening. So yes, this is much less than 5%. So this is definitely unusual. So let's find that answer that says yes, because the probability of this happening is less than 5%. Yes, the probability of having a starting value, nope, not at least, we want at most. Yes, since the probability of having a starting salary at most of this value is less than or equal to 5%. That's what we want. All right, this last question is probably the trickiest. We want to find, it says here, what salary do 65% of all nurses have more than? So basically, we're trying to find an x value such that the area to the right, the probability of it being bigger than that, is 65%. So basically, we have the probability, we want to find the x value. This is the opposite, or the inverse of how we did the previous questions. We're still going to select the standard option. We want the area to the right of some number that we don't know, so I'm going to leave that blank, is 65%, or 0.65. So StatCrunch is really cool in this, is that you don't really have to leave the menu or go to a different option or a different tool. It will give you the x value. Basically, you can leave either this number blank, either the x value blank, or the probability blank, and it will fill in the other number. So I'm just going to click on compute at this point. And it will give me the probability x is bigger than some number. It'll tell me what that number is, equals 65%. All right, so you can see here, it looks like the area to the right is about 65%, and that number is $63,712.48. It tells me to round to 2 decimal places, so that's where I'm going to round to. And this is measured in dollars. Okay, and hopefully we did that correct. Let's see, yep, it says that we got this all right. Okay, if you have any other questions, all these homework questions are very similar, so hopefully this will help you. Just really pay attention to the direction of the arrows, and remember the last part of most of these questions are giving you a probability, so something you have to type in the box on the right, and you have to fill in the x value. Well, you have to find the x value using the calculator. If you have any questions, please contact your instructor.